Hey, TayRayGun here, and brand new off the shelf, we got the Lego City Mountain Bike Adventure set. This thing is really cool and pairs up with a 2025 set really nicely, and we'll show you both.
Raygun's Legos, bricks and toys.
Hey there, toy fans and build fans. Guess what? So recently I was able to pick this bad boy up at Walmart. Now this is the set 60512. This is the mountain bike adventure van, and this pairs up with the Mountain 4x4 adventure truck from 2025 really well, and we'll look at that with this van as we get into the actual review. And we'll do much like we do every review, where we look at the box, we'll check out all the packaging first, we'll look at the instruction booklet, we'll see if it's good or not, and then we'll look at all the details of the van. And this one being a van that has kind of like a set as well as a vehicle, this one feels very toyetic and very much on the same lines as we got with the Lumabricks carpentry van. There's a lot of stuff to this, and yet I feel like there could have been a little bit more, and we'll discuss that when we get into it. So we'll break it down box, booklet, and then our set. Alright, so our box, and this is the key thing to keep in mind, is that this has a lot of the same kind of picture as our Mountain 4x4 truck, which we'll kind of look at and compare, but it's got this cool sort of adventure, sort of mountainside with trees. We get to see kind of a play situation where we've got the girl with the white helmet on a mountain bike. We get to see the van, he's opening the door. We get to see the bike being worked on, and there's some really quality stuff. Now, it doesn't show everything here, but there's some really cool kind of quality things and some excellent building things in it that I think are just perfect. I love seeing Lego do some of this stuff that I'm going to show you in the review, right? Up here we get to see a picture of our minifigs. We get the 1:1 scale of our guy here. Reminds me a little bit of Bam. To be quite honest, we get to see some pictures on the side. We get on the back is where we get most of our information. So we got the bike setup. We get a crate. We get some things here for working on bikes. We get to see how the van opens up. It does have opening doors, opening back, side door, top that comes off, and technically to get the figures in, you have to take the top off there. We get to see them on their bikes. We get to see this driving along the road. I love this picture here with seeing how the bikes are displayed on the back. Really cool set overall. I mean, if you need the barcode, there you go. There it is. Yeah, but other than that, that's the box. Now, the box isn't going to tell us anything else about it. We need to look at that book, right? Okay, and our booklet. So we do get this kind of, it's weird because this format feels a little bit bigger than what we've had before, but we do get this kind of book here. Nothing is split up. We don't get two different sort of things. However, we do get, I believe it's 3 bags, and they just kind of walk you through each part of it. For the most part, this is a pretty easy build. There was not a lot to it. The mechanism for building the sliding door is actually pretty cool, which I dug quite a bit. But the instructions, like pretty much all of their Lego instructions, are very easy to follow. The stickers are easy to put on. And here's the thing, I picked this up while I was out on vacation, and I did not have my brick separator, and I was still able to do all of my stickers pretty straight, fairly well. So easy, yeah, this is a pretty easy build. There's not a lot to it, and I kind of needed that. 260 pieces. This is a pretty awesome build. I enjoyed it, and the instructions are easy to read. All right, and this of course is the final build. This thing is really cool. One of the main key features about it, and it was kind of confusing at first until I got to see what it was they were doing, but it has this really nice play feature where you can pull this door out and it slides back like a minivan, and that is such a cool thing. They also of course give us our movable doors, which I've been loving that since, was it 1986 or so, with one of my old sets. It was the Octane Racer. Man, yeah, so I'm obviously a big fan of a lot of this. So overall, this is a pretty large set. It sits about, about good 3.5 to 4 inches tall. It is considered a 6 stud wide vehicle. We get to see all the backing on it, and it's a little bit bigger than kind of the Street Racer, some of the racing vehicles as well. We get stickers here, so there's no printed pieces except for the torsos for the body. Everything else for the vehicle is stickers, and that's okay. We get 1, 2, 3. There's, I believe, 1 on the inside. Yeah, and then we get these stickers here as well. Overall, decent build. Now, let's go ahead. In order to get our figures out, we do have to kind of take this part of the canopy off to kind of get in there, and you can kind of see how they're building the interior. We got these new pieces here, this new plate that allows for almost seats and the stopping of the door over there, which is very nice. Go ahead and fit that back on there. One thing that I do love that LEGO is doing is that they are allowing an engine, or a kind of brick style engine, to be put in there each and every time. We can actually lift that down, so if we want to tow this, we can, and I'll show you what that looks like with the 2025 Mountain Adventure truck. On the back here, we do have this bike rack that folds down, and you can put your bikes on there, clip them down to it. You can actually take those off. If you wanted to remove this, you could, though it, to me, doesn't serve a purpose. You just kind of keep it back on there, kind of like that, and maybe use it as a stop. It does have opening doors in the back, which is always nice. And then we've got some extra pieces and parts that were not necessarily shown before. Now, they use an ingot up in the top that allows you to get in to see more of the build. I never had a problem with this getting stuck in there until I'm doing a video, right? All right, so here we go. So pieces and parts that we would be looking at. So all the pieces and parts that we do get a crate, and they've done this nice kind of 2x3 plates on the bottom that has that very distinct Mountain Adventure orange on there. It also has a couple of these plates here that feel like clip plates that you can allow your minifigures to basically carry. If I can get our hand on there. Kind of. But you could snap this onto something else and have that set that way. We do get a med pack, but instead of having the red, kind of like with our ambulance, we've got the white with the little med pack piece on there. We do get the way that they're building this. They're using a Technic T, as well as a candlestick, and then a 1x2 jumper, and we're able to make a bicycle pump. This was super impressive to me. I absolutely love this part of the build. Of course, we get a 1x1 translucent barrel with a 1x1 plate with Technic pin for a water bottle. We do get a wrench. We do get 2 bikes here, so we have 2 of the new molds for the mountain bikes, which are pretty awesome. We get 2 of our helmets. We get a blue and a white. And then we get our bike stand here with an extra tire. And this is actually pretty cool because this allows us to set up kind of a play scenario. Now, how we're doing this is we're using our radar dish, a 1x1 Technic on a candlestick onto this little plate holder here, and then we get an extra tire. And then our 2 minifigs. Very nice. I don't think I've seen these. I might have seen something like this torso. No leg printing on her, which is something I was like, I kind of like to see a little bit more. She also doesn't have a head printing on the back of the head, which I was a little upset about, because I was like, We could have gotten more, maybe smile face and like a frustration face sort of thing. Do have printing on the back of the torso, which is good. With our Bam Margera sort of figure here, we got this really nice printing here. Green hands for gloves. And then he does have a backwards head that has the kind of like, oh, like he just got hurt, man. He stubbed that toe and it is not feeling well. And then, of course, one of your play scenarios, you can do it like this, where you have the bike being worked on. He's got a med kit. There's all sorts of things to do with this set as far as its build up and how you set things up. You can place people inside the van. Now, there's nothing inside the van that makes it kind of worthwhile as far as the interior of the van, and we'll take a look at that real quick. It is very, very blank. I feel like we had one tile here up at the top that would have probably served really well to have some sort of clip on it, maybe a 1x4 modified plate that had the 2 studs on the side where we could put clips on there, just something where we could clip like maybe the med kit up top or the wrench on the wall, just something to give us a little bit more. We didn't get that, but you know, it's Lego, you can modify that however you want. Now let's look at it with the 4x4 mountain truck. Okay, and then of course this is with our mountain truck. Now this was the 2025 mountain truck, which is in itself, if you don't have this set and you're liking the mountain adventure stuff, this is a must-have to have. This is a great set. I encourage this for one of my friends who his kid loves Lego and wanted kind of an adventure set. This is a good one to have. This one pairs nicely with it. So you've got this whole thing where you've got the engine, it's broken, and you've got the face of disappointment, which is why I think she should have a kind of frustrated or disappointed face as well. You can pull this down like this. Let's say they're stuck or they're having a problem. You can actually pull this line out, run it behind, and clip it on to here. Vroom, 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 vroom. And then now you can tow the other vehicle. And again, you know, the cool thing about this is that these oranges match. This is in the green, this is in the tan, but it does feel like they're kind of from the same universe of sets, which makes it so much fun. Alright, now that area of final thoughts and final opinions, I think this set is cool. This one's coming in at really $19.97, 20 bucks most places. I picked mine up at Walmart, and I have to admit, I kind of went into it thinking, well, I don't know, 260 pieces, I mean, it seems fine. This is a pretty stellar set. Are there things that could be improved? Most definitely. And I think the biggest thing that needs to be improved is just having clips on the inside of the van that would allow you to store, you know, like a med pack or a place to put a water bottle in the console or just something on that line. But the fact that we're getting such cool setup, we got, of course, the van, we've got the sliding door, we got 2 bikes, 2 minifigs, one of which has double face printing, the engine cover, the box with a pump and a wrench and an extra tire. There's a lot of stuff here that makes it very toyetic, and that's kind of what we want when we're doing our Lego stuff. I see this easily becoming a favorite for a lot of the adventure players for the Lego team of people, like the kids that really enjoy adventure, mountain biking, sports, that sort of thing. This is probably going to be a game changer and a winner for them because it is a really cool set. And if they have that mountain 4x4 van or the mountain 4x4 truck, this pairs up nicely with it. I'm actually hoping that they'll do more of this with that orange kind of mountain sort of adventure vibe, because I'd like to get a few more pieces with it to kind of build like either a camp or some sort of film crew or something that, you know, gives it a little bit more oomph and allows us to have a little bit more like cross set playability with everything. So in my opinion, 20 bucks, this is definitely worth it. You gotta go find it. Now, I couldn't find it on the Amazon shop, so I don't have it down in the show notes, but I do have the Mountain 4x4 in my shop, so you could definitely check that one out there. It is an amazing set as well. Definitely worth picking up. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications to be alerted if anything comes from me to you. Comment down below and like this video. It helps YouTube know that you like what I'm making. Want to help out the channel? Be sure to get something out of the affiliate link down below or in the shop in the link tree in the bio. Hey, I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting.